what a real MOBA is supposed to do is show you all different strategies, multiple strategies, and Mobile Legends has a body full of great. Like, the crazy part about it is y'all gotta be consistent. Like, Mobile Legends fans need to be consistent, because when I call heroes trash, everybody be on my head. There's no bad heroes. There's only bad players. There's no such thing as a bad hero. Then, when people sit here and use the same heroes, use the same strategy, don't use all these other great heroes to come up with an amazing strategy. The pros don't do it, so it's impossible to do it. Like, be consistent, my guy. Are the heroes good or are they not good? Because then next time I call heroes trash, I don't want to hear nobody complaining. Everybody better be like, yeah, you right, VeLL. Every hero trash. Like, that's what I want to hear. But anyway, let's point out some of this stuff, man. Let's point out some of this stuff. So right here, let's look at this. The first death happening a minute into the game. So he is going back. Watch this. Look at this. So these two just got out of an engagement against these guys here. So let's go back a little farther. Okay, so if you look at this lane right here, these two are engaged with those two right there. Look at this. And okay, these two, they would not be looking at the mini map right now because they're trying to survive going against Akai. They're trying to survive going against these two right here. So these two, it's understandable that they did not see these two start to rotate up top. So check this out. He goes, look at this. They both clearly walk through the bushes. Harley goes straight up that way. Look at the position of these two and look at their faces. I don't know who this is in particular, who these is. Like, I don't hear any communication. No one calling out that they're leaving, no nothing. Like, I would have been saying instantly, yo, they might be heading top. They might be heading top. Like, communication is key. But look at this. The first death, no communication. And then they start rotating. But this guy, he takes the long way. He takes the long way to rotate. He's trying to play safe. This guy, it still seems like he doesn't even know what's going on. Like, look at this. He's still pushing up aggressively. Why is he pushing up aggressively in that position? His damage dealer had to go and rotate back to the base because he was one shot. This guy is pushing up aggressively right here. So he's basically asking to be ganked. Honestly, he's asking to be ganked. Then you don't, like, at this point, they should have called out that people was coming and he should have been rotating back. He should have been rotating back to meet up with his teammates right back here in this area. Then they all three could have walked up here and it would have been a 3v3. And then once Hellkurt got back, it would have been a 4v3 and they would have had the upper hand and the advantage. But it was bad positioning, bad communication, all the things that, like, the simple things that I've been talking about. But look at this. So she gets caught off guard by 4 people. Oh, it was 4 people here. Okay, so it would have been a 4v4 then. It would have been a 4v4 then. Once Hellkurt got back, if she would have rotated back, Kagura and Diggy would have came up, and then Hellkurt came back. That would have been a 4v4. But no, she got ganked by 4 people. Like, how can 4 people go missing? And look at the position. These people had to come all the way from down here. They came from all the way around here. They walked through here, engaged with you right here, made it all the way to the top, and no one is there to help. Hellkurt had to go back. It's reasonable for why he's not there. He was one shot. This tank just should not have even been here. Why was this tank here to begin with?
These haters been after me. Y'all favorite came after me. My fans up and them bands up. Bring my fam up the mentality. These niggas be faking the mentality. These niggas be hating the mentality.
Alright, so I've been uploading a lot of Call of Duty content lately, and that's why I'm in this mode. I'm in this mode of really breaking things down. And I'm thinking about abstraction because it's something that I used to talk about a lot in the Call of Duty community, because the communities that I join, it seems that most people are all trapped in the same mindset, and it's not uncommon. I mean, in life, everyone is trapped in the same mindset as well. So this has always been a topic I've been big on talking about, and I've noticed it very, very badly in the Mobile Legends community, man. And shout out to all the Mythic players and stuff who's been hitting me up. And in the comment section, who's been defending me and stuff like that, saying, yo, these kids, they can't be high level players and stuff like that, because honestly, we have a lot of Mythic subscribers on the channel, and it's crazy how many of you all watch and support my videos, even though you probably know most of the stuff that I'm talking about, but you're always there just to agree and stuff, and happy that somebody is actually talking about it. And I think that a lot of the lower ranks and stuff like that, a lot of the kids in the community just don't understand that rank means nothing. They don't understand the logic of how every single MOBA is the same. Like, I get so many comments from people, and you all would see it. Basically, they're talking about, this is not League of Legends, this is not Arena of Valor, this is not, Mobile Legends is not like any other MOBA. Mobile Legends is exactly like every other MOBA. Like, when you look at it abstractly, look at the goals, look at what needs to be accomplished, look at how the game should be played, you have a bunch of different heroes, and you have this thing called creating strategies based around those heroes. The thing that's lacking in the Mobile Legends community, outside of communication, the community being able to choose a hero and play around that hero, base your strategy around that hero. Like, you can come up with different strategies, but people just don't come up with different strategies. It's like people don't want to put effort into Mobile Legends. People want to make quick money at every turn. Like, I don't think that even pros put the time into trying to use different strategies and stuff like that, because a lot of people said it in the comment section, it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. Like, are you kidding me? Every single pro team in every serious game comes up with different strategies. Why? Because all those players are really at a high level. In the MSC, I mean, the players are decent at what they do. They're all decent at the same strategy. When it comes down to League of Legends, you see a bunch of different strategies. You see a bunch of different mindsets and a bunch of different people trying to come at it in different ways. And it actually blows my mind how many people are in the comment sections saying stuff like, oh, you're just not a high rank, you wouldn't know what you're looking at here. You can look at the freaking gameplay and see what they're doing. Like, what is rocket science about that, my guy? All they do is they push up aggressively, they try to take control of the other team's jungle to stop them from getting fed, and then one person tries to split push to keep them off balance, the other team tries to split push to come back in the game. It's basically whoever does the best job of invading and pushing up aggressively first will win, or whoever makes the first mistake, like, will lose. Like, that's really what it comes down to. That was every game in the MSC. I even watched some of the other games where they were playing super aggressive. They had a bunch of assassins and stuff like that. And also, those games, like, people were saying, yo, use Leslie in those games. Did I say Leslie would work in those games? That's the issue with people. You don't listen. The games where I was talking about Leslie would work, there was one person, there was one assassin, Gashin. That team, they had one assassin, Gashin. He was the only assassin. Nobody else on that team would be able to do anything to Leslie, and a good Leslie who knows how to position is not getting hit by a Gashin. Why? Because all you have to do is have a jungler roam around the jungle right near where Leslie's at. No one can get close without being seen, or Leslie just spam the ultimate, and again, no one can get close without being seen. It's not rocket science, man. People think that just because these guys are at a pro event and stuff like that, that it's just some next level thinking that no one can just comprehend. No, you can clearly see what's going on. And the thing is, as a viewer looking at this event, looking at the event and seeing it, you start to realize if you are aware, if you're aware and you actually do play at a high level, like, I've seen so many mythics and stuff say that it's just unwatchable. Like, 9 times out of 10, not to disrespect anybody or anything, but if you enjoyed the event and you watched the event, you're probably a lower level player. You're probably just aspiring to be at that level. And it's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, that's how most competitive events are. If the top players in the game, like players who aren't necessarily pro but they're very good, they don't usually watch events and stuff like that either, unless they want to be pro. So it comes down to really understanding what a MOBA is. A MOBA it's about strategy. It's all about strategy. This is the only MOBA where the community seems to think that it's all about assassins. And I know that Mobile Legends keep favoring assassins, but favoring assassins, there is no assassin strong enough to where the whole freaking game should just be based around the assassins. And that's what the community seems to think. That's what the community seems to think is going on. And like, when I was calling out some of the things that they were doing that was completely stupid, I saw so many hate comments like, oh, you're just at a low level, you wouldn't understand the strategy. So listen, I watched the pro game where there was a Kagura middle. There was 2 enemies on the Kagura. Kagura backed up under the tower. The enemies walked straight from bottom lane. They engaged with Kagura. Then they went to top lane, went through her jungle, and ganked her teammate. Like, it was a Lolita. Lolita was under the top tower. Because Hellkurt got injured. Hellkurt had to go back to the base. Lolita was in a fight with 2 people up top. 2 more people came from the middle. They were just in a fight with the Kagura in the middle. Kagura bags up and she doesn't even rotate top to help immediately. And then Lolita gets ganked and killed when that could have all been avoided if you would have simply rotated, if you would have simply called them out. And I don't even blame Lolita in that situation, simply because Lolita was just fighting 2 people. You probably aren't looking at the mini map when you have 2 people in front of you and you have a person in the middle. I would assume the person in the middle would have been able to just say something to me. But no, the communication was missing. The positioning was trash. Like, the positioning on the other team was great. It was great. But the lack of communication, like thing about the Mobile Legends community is I was looking at the MSC. A lot of the clips that I saw, a lot of the gameplay where I was seeing their face cams, they were all super quiet. I didn't see anybody actually talking and communicating and stuff like that. Then I look at League of Legends events and stuff like that, and they're non-stop talking. They're not like every single clip that I see in League of Legends, they're non-stop communicating. Non-stop communicating. And like, for me it's obvious. I guess when you understand something, it's easier to understand. It's easier to see the obvious, but I guess as a kid trying to look up to it, you probably wouldn't see these things. But it's important that you can see these things for yourselves, man. It's very, very important that you can see these things for yourself, because I don't care how good of a player you think they are or how bad of a player you think I am. That means absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters is the facts and the reality of the situation. I can sit here and point out the bad positions that they was in the whole time. It was a lot of bad positions that these teams was in, and they were just getting caught out. Like, and if you look at how the enemy team rotates, it's not hard to defend against that. You just need to have a strategy for defending against it. And the thing that's hard, but it's not even hard. It's not like, usually the thing that's supposed to be hard in a MOBA is figuring out how to defend against certain strategies. But Mobile Legends literally has the same strategy. All it takes is finding one strategy that works to defend against it. That's all it takes, because everyone does the same thing. Everyone does the same thing, even though they use different heroes. So Fanny can go and push a lane up a lot faster than most people could. So yeah, people think that that's a different strategy. No, it's not a different strategy. It's a different hero doing the strategy. So she's a little bit more effective doing the strategy. But that does not mean that the strategy is some unknown phenomenon nobody knows anything about. The strategy is simply basic, and they're just practicing like everyone in the MSC is practicing the same basic strategy, man. Everyone's practicing the same basic strategy. And link me down below the Leslie gameplays and stuff like that, because if they got destroyed, I can guarantee you they would probably had bad teamwork. And so I want to see those games. I want to see the Leslie gameplays. Everybody who's talking all this crazy talk about how marksman don't work, I heard that was a carry. I heard that was a Leslie gameplay. If they lost those games, they probably selected them at the worst possible time. Because at the point where I said a Leslie would work, it was only one assassin on the other team, and it was Gaijin. And everybody else, they were not getting in close to Leslie without Leslie disengaging fast. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just want to talk about this topic, man, because it's very, very important that you all really understand the game for what it is. Mobile Legends is just like any other MOBA. Different strategies work, different heroes work. You got to keep the same energy, my guys. You got to keep the same energy. If you tell me, if I make a top 5 worst heroes videos and you tell me that there's no worst hero in the game, it's just all about the players, you telling me pro players don't work good enough or aren't good enough to use bad heroes, since everybody thinks every hero that's not an assassin is bad, you telling me that the top players in the world can't use a bad hero and beat the other team? Because if they're the top players, if they're super good, they should be able to use any hero and work as a team to beat a different team, right? No, so everyone has to use the same strategy. That, like, honestly, if you listen to yourselves, like everyone's saying this, if you listen to yourselves, you know how ridiculous it sounds. Only one strategy in a game with all these heroes works. Only one strategy works is what you're telling me right now. How does that even sound? Like, literally, how does that sound? I really don't see how people cannot see this. I really don't see it. But I don't know. I guess maybe if I was younger, I would feel the same way. But there are so many different heroes. There's so many different ways you can use these heroes. There's so many different things. Like, honestly, have you ever even seen a Johnson use his car form to retreat? Ever? Because I've never seen an ADC get dove. I've never seen Johnson hop into car form, protect the ADC, and drive away with the ADC. Every time I see Johnson being used, he's engaging, he's attacking. There are so many different ways to use heroes. There are so many different strategies. The Mobile Legends community just does not do it. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. And as soon as the Mobile Legends community wake up to this fact, it'll stop being the joke of all MOBAs. Like, seriously, I'm part of the Mobile Legends community, and I hate how the other communities look at us. Like, I could sit here and be naive and say, nah, the Mobile Legends community is the best community. Your game don't get views. I could do that, but I mean, I know that they're right. Like, I can't lie. The Mobile Legends community is trash compared to their game. And that's the sad part about it. But I know the Mobile Legends community can be better if the people start to listen and start waking up to the reality of how the game actually is. Everyone just needs to realize Mobile Legends is a lot deeper than what it looks like on the surface. Basically, people take Mobile Legends by surface value, and they think that it is what it is. They see a high rank, they're like, oh, they obviously the best. When you look at all their gameplays on YouTube of how they got to the high rank, who they smacking? They smacking a bunch of kids with 3 marksmen with freaking like no team comp, no teamwork. They're always smacking a team that never knows what they're doing. So how does this work? The best players in the game are always smacking kids who don't know what they're doing. Then when they go to an event, they all are struggling with basic positioning, and no one can see it. Like, none of the fans can see it. Like, a rank is not that big. The rank is so big. The rank is like the sun in Mobile Legends. It blinds you from everything else. You see a high rank, the fact that they playing stupid is just, I don't know, man. I don't know, my God. But yo, shout out to all the pro players. Also, this was not meant to disrespect any of you pro players. I understand how much time and hard work goes into being at the level that you play at. And this was definitely not to discredit any of your hard work. This is simply to be an eye-opener, because a lot of you all just simply do the exact same things. You see the same heroes. Actually, and some of y'all had a variety of heroes at some point, and I did see some of those varieties of heroes, and I liked the picks. I liked the way you were using those heroes. But the thing is, you're using those heroes to all do the same strategy, and all it takes is a team countering the one strategy that everybody does. Like, literally, if you find the ultimate defense to this strategy, literally, you will beat every single team. And an event should just not be like that. You should not know what every team is going to do before they do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hop into the conversation. Drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.
I'm on it. Can't fail for my family. I want it. So they'll never